It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's Jonathan Kent getting punched in the face.
You should have said John Cena.
I don't see how funny that is.
You can't see it. Hello, everybody. I am Puppetine. I'm from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today. For what?
For what? I don't know.
For Superman and Lois.
Oh, Superman and Lois Lane.
Superman. Yeah. So with this episode, it's episode 4, too close to home. This isn't a really like Superman heavy episode, but it's so good still.
I'd say it's more like an Iron show. It's very solid. It's very steel because Steel steals the show.
No, I can't say that because what really is the highlight is it's Superman, but it's as Clark, as Dad.
Oh, basically, we got the bar scene from Superman 2, I believe it is.
No, Man of Steel.
No.
Oh, before that, yes.
When Clark, remember he lost his powers, and the trucker guy goes to make a fool of him, so he goes back to the diner at the end, and he confronts him, and the guy tries to punch him, and he basically like, oh, I hurt my hand. Yeah.
Because John pretty much tries to confront his girlfriend's dad.
What? That's not that. Wasn't he there to go to pick her up or meet her there?
Oh, was it? I forgot.
I think that's what it was. I think he was there to meet her, and so he knocks the door, and then so the dad starts basically like giving him kind of lip, and then he basically Jonathan doesn't like it. Basically confronts him, and says, "I know it was you that stole my truck."
Yeah,
and don't deny it. It's like, oh, I don't do it. He's like, he's like, my mom's watch was in the glove box.
Yep. And so basically the guy's like, enough, and punches him in the face. And John goes home after that. He's not feeling good, but he doesn't want to bring it up because Lois, of course, has cancer.
So I have a
she
question.
Just went chemo.
To that though, it's really weird because in that scene we see a car pulling up, and I thought that maybe it was his girlfriend pulling up. So it must have been a neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was just like, that was really weird. So yeah, Lois, he goes back home, tries to hide it. The boys basically the reason he tries to hide because the boys were told earlier because they're fighting over a sweater, of all things, and it was driving them nuts. So Clark basically told them, went up there, yelled at him. He went. I was like, holy crap! I've never seen Clark angry.
Yeah, he pretty much says, your mother doesn't need this right now. So you two are going to just stop fighting over a sweater. Go out. Keep some peace around here. And of course, peace does not always stick around. Like we said, John goes home and he pretty much, Lois learns about this and confronts Clark later on. But Clark does have a Superman side plot.
Yes, which takes place before all this. Actually, and it involves Mr. Henry. Sean Henry shows up, and because basically they're gonna sit down and basically gonna watch a movie night and stuff. But John Henry shows up at the door, confronts him, and says, and basically gets basically confronts about how Bruno Mannheim and all that stuff with his sister and stuff, and then Clark basically confesses, saying that they when saw his sister, and his sister's the reason why Lois got tested. We caught it early because your sister. But in the middle of the conversation, he's interrupted by Lois. They kind of play poker face on and say it was nothing. John leaves. Later on, basically, while they're on the couch, Clark wants to leave. He's like, excuse me, I'm going to go get some popcorn. Did you like, and stuff, So he flies away, and he goes, talks to John. They hatch out more. This leads to basically John doing what he's going to do, use himself as bait to get to Bruno Mannheim. He goes, confronts his sister, explains who she is, and We get a Wonder Twin moment. I was not expecting that. Were you?
No.
Like, because she says like Dad used to call us Wonder Twins.
Yeah, that was a plug I hadn't expected.
And then the Inquisition showed up because no one expects them either. So I gotta say, after that was kind of so. Basically, after that, he gets approached by this unmarked vehicle while he's in the hood. Guy's like, get in. Mr. Mannheim wants to see you. And he's like, okay. And up to this point, Bruno Mannheim does not know that basically that John Henry is Steele, the character, but but it is confirmed through Lois that basically that Bruno Mannheim has been using John Henry's tech. Well, not the John Henry we know. It's the one it's the doppelganger that died on this Earth. So yeah, he gets pulls up, and we get this cool scene of Bruno Mannheim basically thugging. Yeah, I know you're supposed to be dead. It's like you're a smart person. And he basically threatens him and be like, and yeah, it says, look, well, I have your sister here, and all strapped to a bomb. I'm thinking, like, you're using his own tech against him? Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
It's basically the device that it was used for his ship.
Yep.
In case it's a self-destruct, whatever.
And pretty much he does get to have his hero moment. He saves his sister.
It is amazing, though, because you saw it. I saw it. He calls in his armor, basically, and he basically, goes and rescues his sister, disables the bomb. But then he comes back and he pushes Bruno Mannheim into like the wall, and everything just crumbles it, and just basically tells him. And then Bruno Mann's like, "Yeah, you think you're so smart? Well, you keep it up. You kill me, and then all your member of family living out in Louisiana die." And I'm thinking, Bruno, you think your really men are that loyal?
Yeah,
you died to your orders.
The thing is that's so stupid about it. It's pretty much Bruno Mannheim saying, "Leave me alone. I don't want you near me, you monster." And he didn't have to strap her to a bomb for that. It's honestly just stay off my turf. You don't understand. Okay, that's fine, but you go ahead and say stay out of my business, like he was even really in your business. He wasn't. Okay, whatever.
Because Superman's Lois got Superman in his business, and now he knows that he said, like, I know it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you're the guy in the suit that showed up last year. You think I was Superman?
Yeah.
But I gotta say though, John Henry can kick some ass. He doesn't.
Yes, he can.
And it's not cringe either. Too. It's like it's not like what you get from Supergirl, be like, I'm Guardian, whatever. Kind of like adolescent. No,
you didn't have to remind me about Guardian. You were an evil little frog.
I always remember you as the little Guardian.
What a waste of Jimmy Olsen. God.
You mean that? Well, that wasn't Jimmy at all.
It was James.
That was like the worst cameo stand-in. Like, I'm James Olsen.
Oh yeah, I'm James Olsen. Okay, sure.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Jimmy Olsen.
That's Jimmy Olsen. That's one thing Superman and Lois needs. It needs Jimmy Olsen. Where is he?
It needs an annoying Jimmy Olsen.
They can have their own Lex Luthor. It's time for Jimmy Olsen to make a return.
I want the nerdy version, the redhead, the annoying kid from the cartoon, Superman cartoon.
Really? I kind of want the...
I want that annoying version.
I kind of want the one from Superman... Lois and Clark. That kind of vibe, He's still younger than the other two. And
Michael
he's
Landon?
still... Well, I didn't mean Michael Landon in particular. I mean that kind of type.
Yeah, I don't want that one.
No?
Because that was a horrible version. Michael Landon's version was better in the first season.
Okay, that's what I mean. He's younger than the main. He shouldn't be a kid though, because this is Lois and Clark. with some age to him, you know?
Yeah, he should be like 24.
That's right. Keep him young, but not too young.
Keep him
So
young,
here's the.
but legal.
Oh God, Froggy. Anyway, speaking of legality, I don't know. We do have to touch upon basically. Sarah complains to her dad. Her dad says, "Okay, you shouldn't have said that to your mother. That's not okay. But your mother shouldn't have hit you. That's not okay either. So both of you make up.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need to deal with this bullshit. Lana, I don't care what you do. I don't care about your affairs. Well, not affairs, but what all that matters is that we are able to make this work. So apologize." And they do.
Yeah, because the dad gets involved. Yeah, and because last episode the daughter showed up, kind of, but didn't give her the whole story. He finds out that basically that the mom hit her, but doesn't tell her. And basically, then he confronts Lana. Lana says what she said. It's like, oh, she didn't tell me the story. So he basically yells at his daughter, says, "You didn't tell me. You kind of lied to me." And he sets up a meeting, sets him at the diner, and just says, we gotta get past this. Says you don't use your, said throwing my mistakes, at your mother. I made those mistakes. So that I really do like that the family thing in us now. As far as them getting together, probably not. Who knows. But I'm just glad we're not going down a steamy, hot chocolate moment. I don't want Lana to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go for John Henry. John Henry don't need that bullshit. He's got a daughter. He's a hero. He's got everything going for him. He finally, he doesn't need a woman in his life right now. Leave him alone. I'm just saying, bro.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes. Lana, you are we call you Lana Mid-Lang.
So, one last thing to really discuss. We said that Clark gets that scene. He also gets another scene involving, of course, General Lane, who pretty much says, "Hey, so the DOD, they kind of stole your blood whenever you were sick, and they kept it, and that's how Bruno Mannheim got his hands on it because they did not destroy it." So they go ahead and show him the collection, and they're trying to discuss, okay, but what do we do now about finding this out, about cutting off the supplies? We didn't know you could synthesize from one little thing of blood. And then Clark just laser eyes it and walks out. He's so mad.
He uses heat vision and incinerates it.
I know. I know.
So the other big thing is that Jordan and his father in the beginning episode are basically putting out a forest fire.
Only you can stop forest fires.
Those bastards! You know how long it takes me to start a fire? Anyway, allegedly, no. So basically, Jordan ends up letting know by his father, like, hey, he's basically what do you want to call, like, when someone says one thing and then surprise tags you.
What?
His grandfather basically lures him in. He sees him, says we go fishing, and then pulls this on him. Here, I got photos of you, basically, the DOT satellite with your curly hair because your hood fell off. What is it called?
So get a haircut, bitch.
Yeah, but what is blindsided? Thank you very much. Super Puppetino over there. Don't know big words. What's up, Sophie? So basically, he says, like, you have to go get a haircut, and because all this is going on, Jordan says, "I'm not getting a haircut, man. I'm not gonna. My hair is. It's like he says,
look at my beautiful locks."
What they show? Oh my gosh! If they would, Clark should have been like, dude, we don't even know if the scissors will even work on his hair. Clark has to shave, not using a razor. He uses heat vision.
That's right. So I didn't understand the thinking behind that either. How did they know that it would work?
Yes. Because before he had powers, sure. But now his powers are getting better, and he's getting more efficient at them. So he basically, at the end, after basically he goes, he's basically goes to go hang out with his grandfather again. His parents basically order him, basically, you're gonna go get the haircut because you're gonna go into consequences and stuff. It's like, so his grandfather takes him up to the barbershop in the Jeep, and Jordan apologizes, and he says, you know what, you're right. I was thinking, it's like, you get a haircut because that's the one thing about teenagers. Everything, your looks and stuff, is very important to you. And he's like, thank you for apologizing, So, and they kind of make up, and and the DOD make you this. It's a special super suit that'll keep it, And he gives him, basically his great grandfather who served in World War II. He's a fighter pilot. So he gives him his
goggles.
Goggles, man.
I'm ready. I can't wait to see it in action. This show is great.
It's gonna be Goggle Boy and Superman.
Superman and Goggle Boy.
Goggles.
Oh no. Sorry, I had a bad batch moment. Tears are still leaving my eyes. So, when have we ever followed orders? Anyway, with this episode, another great one. It's a banger. I'm ready for the next one, boys, as the kids would say.
And because the whole mess with the diner scene, we got because we talked about how Lois went to go approach basically Jonathan's girlfriend's father. He basically pulls a gun on him, and then they go back home. After hearing about this, Clark goes to the diner and says, "You know what? I need you to step outside." He's like, "I'm going anywhere." He's like, "I don't want to do this in front of your daughter. Don't embarrass her." But the guy tries to basically push Clark, and he pushes himself away.
Clark,
and Clark basically
puts him up against the bar.
My bar thing. He's like, it's like you're gonna, it's like you're never gonna go near my wife ever again. He's like, you pulled a gun on her. How dare you? He says, if you do anything here in the show to break the law again, you will be sorry. I'll find you. It's like, and after this, because Jonathan's girlfriend was working at the diner, she's the waitress there. She overhears this. He's like, "Oh, is Jordan all right? Can I go see him?" They leave. They go back, and basically Lana, or not Lana, but Lois basically says, "You know what? I may have cancer, but doesn't mean I'm gonna, anything's different. You need a place to stay." She offers her basically said, until you get, what's going on, make out your feet and stuff, you can stay with us. You can take basically Jonathan's room, and the boys will bunk up together.
Yeah.
That's gonna last for 2 seconds.
They say pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a really good episode, though. If you aren't watching Superman Lois, you are costing yourself the best live action Superman. I gotta say, it's really up there. It might be the best for me.
Yeah,
really.
Don't be deceived because it's on the CW.
Don't be. It's an HBO Max show hiding on the CW. A good HBO Max show, not Titans. Anyway,
it's like for those if you love Smallville, this is even better than Smallville.
It is, and I do love Smallville. But that's it for now. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to go live in less than a minute for The Mandalorian, so don't miss that. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye!